everybody, it's Amanda here from the farm, and we're in the cornfield today to give you all a first-hand look of our summertime staple, our famous sweet corn. This field here is the butter and sugar variety, which we're commonly used to seeing. The butter and sugar is that bicolor corn where we have the yellow and the white kernels. Other types of corn that we're all used to seeing is all white, which we commonly refer to as the Silver Queen type, or all yellow. Now there are literally thousands of different types of varieties within these three main kinds of corn. So really knowing what we're growing in corn, it changes all the time. Different corn, different varieties are produced to maintain better characteristics, whether it's sweeter corn, different days to maturity, better shelf life, which brings us to one of the questions that we get commonly asked, as if our corn is GMO, which is genetically modified. Our corn at the farm is not GMO. None of the stuff that we grow here is GMO seeds at all. A lot of our vegetables are hybridized though, which a lot of people get the two terms confused. Hybridization is cross-pollinating two different types of vegetables, well, two different types of corn in this case, to bring out those characteristics, whether we're looking for a sweeter corn, one with harder kernels, one that'll last longer, as opposed to being genetically modified where they're injecting different strands of DNA to artificially create these. A lot of our corn in the US is actually GMO corn. We'll be surprised to learn that about 40% of what we see in the country is from GMO seeds. A lot of this you'll find in the supermarkets, and oftentimes a lot of it ends up in those little corn chips that we all love. So knowing where your corn and of the rest of your vegetables for that matter comes from is always great in determining what's best for you and your family. But enough about GMO corn. Let's get back to talking about the farm's famous sweet corn, which brings us to a great question. How do you know when the corn is ready? First sign that we get that the corn is getting close is we have these tassels here on the top of the corn. Many of you will be amazed to know that the corn actually pollinates itself this way. This here, the tassel part, is the male part of the corn, while if we pick an ear here, and this is an immature one, this is the more female part of the corn. All these little corn silks coordinate to a corn kernel that is inside the corn. So when the tassels fertilize the silks over a certain amount of days, whatever that variety is set to, the kernels pollinate, and we have a nice beautiful ear of corn. Which brings us to another great point. We at the farm grow about 25 acres of sweet corn, and if you've ever tried it back home in your own garden, you'll know that if you've only planted a few plants, that you don't really get a lot of good looking corn. You need a lot of corn to make it pollinate and fertilize itself. So that's why we plant so much corn, and we do scatter it out throughout the season so that we'll have sweet corn all summer long. We know this field of corn is ready because the lower ears have a great diameter on them. We're going to snap that back here. Oh, that was a little hard to get. The silks have turned brown as opposed to that one that I just showed you where they're still yellow. And let's peel this back and see what we have. That's great. We have a good looking ear of corn here. Most of the kernels have matured. You can see where we've missed one here, so when you get that little one where you haven't gotten a kernel, that again is from the pollination where it hasn't been fertilized enough. Alright, and of course the ultimate test is it's super sweet. This corn is definitely ready to be harvested, and we normally get about 1 to 2 ears of corn per plant, which you look at this stalk of corn thinking that's a lot of waste, but we'll use this for different things in the later season. We hope you enjoyed our first-hand look of corn today. Until next time, eat healthy, eat local. I'm Amanda from the farm. Thanks for watching.